Hey guys, it's Maymay, and today I want to give you 10 tips to actually get handmade gifts made and under the tree this year. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but there have been countless times that I've shown up to a party and I've been sitting as the recipient is opening their gifts, and it never fails. They open one gift and it's handmade by somebody from in the party, and that person says, "I made that for you." And I can just see the warmth on the recipient's face. And I think to myself, you could have made a gift. You're a maker. Why didn't you make something instead of buying something? And this instant feeling of guilt comes over me. Now, that guilt is self inflicted. No one puts that on me. I do it to myself. I always want to make handmade gifts for people, but I tend to let time get away from me. You may not be that person. You might be. So today I'm going to try to head that off for you. I do have to tell you, time's ticking. It's October. So we got to get going. So let me tell you how to make it happen and really feel great this year when you have some handmade gifts under the tree for those people that really love them. Tip number one is to decide who needs to receive a handmade gift. Now listen to what I'm saying. There are people in your life that know you are a maker and they know how talented you are. And for them to receive a handmade gift from you would be so special, right? They know how much time and attention you'd put into it, and you know they'd appreciate that gift. Then there's people in your life that don't know you're a maker, and it wouldn't matter to them if you gave them a store-bought gift or a handmade gift. They would still appreciate the gift because it's a gift. There's just two different types of people in your life. So what I would encourage you to do is make a list of those people you would really love to give a handmade gift to. You know who they are. There may be 5 or 10 on your list. There may be one person that you would really love to give something handmade to. Go ahead and evaluate that. Don't feel bad about it. A gift is a beautiful thing, no matter if it's handmade or store-bought. So someone receiving a gift from you is great, but you know those people you'd really like to make for. A couple years ago, I set out to make a quilt for every one of my children and grandchildren. And listen, I overwhelmed myself. Did I get some quilt tops done? I did. Did I get some quilts done? No. One of my children have received a quilt completed. The other tops are made and I'm just not there yet. But I overwhelmed myself and I gave myself too much work. There's no way I could have done it. I should have maybe decided to make them something for their birthday and kind of spread it out over the year. But my plan, I could see it in my head, was Christmas morning and all of them opening their quilts and loving their quilts. And it didn't happen. Maybe one year it will. So I don't want you to bog yourself down. So pick those people. That's where you want to start. You want to know who you're making for first. Tip number 2, what are you going to make for the people on your list? You need to break that down and decide what kind of gift they would like to receive from you that is handmade. Even if you solely work in paper, there's lots of different things you can make inside of paper. So you just need to decide what fits the recipient. For example, remember we just did these recently, these little tote bags that have all the little greeting cards in them. You guys have loved this so much. You've been making them like crazy. This might be a gift you want to make for somebody, but maybe that's more than your recipient needs. They might like something like this, which is one of our little legal pads that has a pin included. So maybe it's something that simple, but it's still a handmade gift from you. You might even have people who would love to receive a mini album, a photo album where they could put photos in later. Lots of things are available to do through your paper crafting love. So you just pick what gift works for them. Now, let's say that you have other hobbies that you do, and those folks might enjoy one of those gifts instead. That's what you do. Assign the gift to the recipient. Tip number 3 is organize. Now, I'm not good at this one. I want to be good at this one, but I'm not. But I want to encourage you to be good at this one. Get organized. There's lots of ways to do it, okay? Number 1 is a good old-fashioned notebook and a pen, and just write it down and keep up with it, okay? So just grab something you've got at home, notebook or a legal pad, and start making notes. That's a great way to do it. Another way to do it is with something like this. This is a handmade journal that I made myself. I think these are so adorable. And you see what they do? They organize your projects, your craft projects. So it's a little craft organizer journal. They're super easy to make. We actually made these last year in a club project that we did. I'm going to link this video for you below. I think if you haven't seen it, you'll really love it. And also it comes with the little PDF to get the little printables inside. So you'll love this. And this will be a quick, easy way for you to make one of these for yourself and then organize your handmade projects. So maybe a notebook's not your thing. Maybe making a little journal for yourself is not your thing. What about digitally organize? Create a separate board just for this. Make it handmade gifts for 2025. Open up Pinterest and then start putting in projects you want to make and start organized that way. You can even go in and make notes and different things into your Pinterest pins. That's an awesome way to keep things organized. I use Pinterest boards a lot, especially in the planning phase. I like to sometimes, if I'm going to make like a folio for somebody, I'll make a board and then I'll bring a bunch of different ideas in of a folio. And then I use little bits of them to create the finished product. So think like that too. Now, there are other things you can use. Consider using like a Google form or a Google list. Maybe you want to use something like Canva. Canva has something called a whiteboard that's a free option that you can use. And if you don't mind paying for an app of sorts, there's things like Trello, Milanote, there's ClickUp, and there's one called Notion. There's a lot of different ones you can use. You might even just do a Google search to see like a project management software that would work for you. Also, I happen to know if you are a Microsoft Outlook user, there's some of those projects or some of those apps are built in and you can use some of those. Okay. Number 4 is get started. You've chosen who you're making for, you've chosen the project you're going to make, and you've started to organize. You need to get going. The first thing you need to do is gather your supplies. This can be overwhelming. I would suggest several different options, okay? Number 1, maybe just do one project at a time. I don't love that idea because you really are going to have several you have to make. But if you're going to work on one project at a time, gather what you need for that one project, keep it all in one place, and make it easy to go back and forth to. You'll actually complete it then. We'll talk about that in future tips. Number 2, gather all your supplies and keep them organized maybe in tubs or shoe boxes or some way where you can label the items and know these items work with this project and these items work with this project, et cetera, et cetera. You have to start somewhere. And I do think organizing your supplies is the place to go. Tip number 5 is make time. Yep, you heard me. You have to make time. Now, I know we can't manufacture time, but you do have to carve out time throughout your day. You have to just say, this 15, 20, 30 minutes of the day, I'm going to work on these projects. And you might be like, Maymay, 15 minutes at a time? Let me tell you, I did this with fabric crafting. I did kind of a test. I started sewing and I would go into my sewing room and I would work for 15 minutes at a time. I did this for a week to see what I could get accomplished. And I never really did the math on this because I don't like math, but mostly because my brain just doesn't work like that. I took 5 days and I did 15 minutes of sewing a day. And by the end of that, I had sewn an hour and 15 minutes. Now, I want you to put that in perspective. If on a Monday I went into my sewing room and I sewed for an hour and 15 minutes, I could get a good bit of stuff done. But I don't have an hour and 15 minutes to sit in the sewing room, but I do have 15 minutes per day. It's amazing to me how it adds up. Now, with paper crafting, it's a little bit different. I tend to like to do paper crafting projects that I can sit down and complete in one go. But think about this. If you're doing a project that's paper and you can complete it in 15 minutes, you could complete 5 projects a week by doing a 15-minute project a day. So make time, figure out how to do it. A little bit here and there really adds up. I didn't believe that. My mother used to teach me that. She used to say, just do 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, you'll be surprised what you get done. And she was that way about her housekeeping. She spent 15 minutes in the morning picking up, 15 minutes before bed, and her house was so organized because she took the time to clean up from every day. And it's kind of the same way here. Do a little work every day. I would venture to guess if you did 15, 20 minutes a day, not even on the weekend, 15, 20 minutes during the week, by the end of the month, you'll be surprised how many projects you got completed, already wrapped, and ready for the tree. All right, tip number 6, mass produce. Now, listen what I'm saying. Anytime you can, if you've got maybe 5 people you're making for, if you're making 3 of the same gift, mass produce. Even if you're doing it in different colors or different themes or anything like that, try to go ahead. And if you need to cut this many pages for one project, do all your cutting at one time. If you need to score, do your scoring. If you need to glue and attach, do that. If you need to create something in another, maybe in a Cricut program or in a scan and cut project or something to go with this, mass produce all that. You'll be surprised how fast things go when you go ahead and check things off and then put them into their shoe boxes. It'll really make things go quicker. Number 7 is allow yourself a stopping point. Now, listen, this is interesting, okay? I'm a person who loves to start a project and halfway through it, I'll go, ooh, this would be really neat if I added this, or if I switched that, or if I changed this. This is not the time for that. This is the time where we are completing projects, okay? Those projects, when you're kind of designing them, should happen earlier in the year. So when you get to this point, you have all of your steps mapped out. Don't reinvent the wheel just as you're getting close to finishing. Be happy with that finished project that you can give to someone under the tree. You guys know we're creative. I could take a project and do it 1,400 different ways, but I need to stay focused to be able to get things done and wrapped up. So allow yourself a stopping point. Say, this is where this project is complete. And the next one I do, I might add something else to, but not this one. This one is complete and ready to go. Tip number 8, reevaluate. Now, listen, you're going to get started. You're going to be going. You're going to enjoy the process. And then at some point, your deadline is going to loom at you. Okay. That deadline's going to start creeping up and it's going to be like, you don't have much time. You don't have much time. So I want you to reevaluate. Maybe you gave yourself too many people to be able to complete. Maybe you're close on some projects and not on others, right? Maybe you just kind of overdid it in the beginning of your planning and you need to go, this is more than I can accomplish. Don't feel sad about that. Accomplishing something is better than nothing, and just reevaluate. Maybe you need to trim that list down to 4 instead of 5 or 3 instead of 5. Make those adjustments so that you can complete what you're doing and feel good about it. People won't be upset with you. I promise they won't be upset. They won't even know that you had to reevaluate your list, and the ones that you can complete will be so thrilled to get that handmade gift from you. Tip number 9, wrap it up early. Now, listen what I mean by that. If you complete a gift, if you're completely done with it, go ahead and wrap it. Go ahead and put the recipient's tag with their name on it and get it ready to go. Put it in a place where you won't forget where you put it and have it ready to go into the tree. I promise you, it will help your brain to clear out every time you wrap one of those gifts, and you'll know it's ready to go. I'll tell you how I know this. We do something every year. It's family pajamas on Christmas Eve, right? That is always a pretty daunting task for me because my family grow every year. So we need more and more PJs and more themes that I have to come up with. So pretty early thinking about, what are we going to do this year? What's the theme going to look like? What's the shirt going to look like? Whatever we're going to do. And what I love, love, love to do is to go ahead and get them ordered. And as they come in the house, I get them wrapped and put away. And by the time I have them all there, they're wrapped up and in a stack, ready to go under the tree. So my Christmas Eve is not stressful. It has been done for a month. Typically, by the time Christmas gets close, right? I have it already done. And you'll feel so good when you can just look at that stack and go, look how many gifts I handmade and I've wrapped them up and they're ready to go. Your holidays will be so great. I promise. Give it a try. Now, the part 2 of tip number 9, which is wrap it up early, is this. Many times, if we don't wrap it up early, we'll change our mind. We'll go, I don't know that I like this as much. I don't know if I enjoyed how it finished. I don't know if this person will love it as much. You were right the first time. Trust your instinct. You said this person would like this gift. This is how they'd like it done. Wrap it up and give it to them. Don't second guess yourself. Move forward with it, and you'll be so happy that you did, and they'll love their gift on Christmas Day. Do not rat yourself out. Now, listen to what I'm saying to you, okay? We are given the gift. You've handed them this beautiful gift that you've created, and they open it, and they look at it, and they're in awe of your talent. Trust me, they will be. Do not say, I wish I had more time to do this. I wish I had changed that. I wish I had stuck this here instead of there. I wish I would have done blah, blah. Don't do that. Don't do it. I want to tell you something so funny. I started watching The Great British Sewing Bee. I have to slow down to say that because I can never say it right. It's so funny to me. You watch the process, and I know the show's edited, but you watch the process and you see all the changes that they make throughout the process. And typically, when it's time to present the garment, they don't tell everything they did different. They don't let the judges know. Now, sometimes the judges already have figured it out, but they don't sit there and say, oh, I meant to do that, or I wanted this to look like this, or I wanted this and that. And so many times the judges are like, I'm so impressed with this. I'm so impressed with how this went and blah, blah, blah. And I know that artist changed it halfway through to get to that point, and the judges loved it. No different with people you're giving a gift to. They're going to love what you give them, and you don't have to tell them all your mistakes or what you wish you had done different. And part 2 of that tip is this. Don't say, I wish I had time to make everybody these. You don't have to say that. Everybody knows you wish you had that kind of time. You made this person this gift. It's beautiful and they will love it. And you don't have to say, maybe next year I can do this, or maybe next year I can do that. You'll see what you can do next year and you'll get it done. You will love having these handmade gifts made for people that you know will appreciate them. It will be a fun, enjoyable experience, and you can feel good about it. I'm telling you all this for myself. I always feel so sad when I'm like, I don't have a single handmade gift under this tree. My whole year got away from me and nothing is handmade, and it makes me sad, and I don't want that to happen to you, and I'm going to do my best to have it not happen to me this year. I can't make everybody something, but I could make something for lots of people, right? I hope this encourages you. I hope you hear what I'm trying to say to you. I'm not asking you to cut people out and be like they're not worth a gift. I am saying do what you can do. You will feel wonderful about it and they'll feel wonderful about it. And then maybe your list is 10 people long and 3 people get covered this year, then the ones on the list next year have something to look forward to, right? All right, you guys, that's my 10 tips for actually getting handmade gifts made this year. But I want to reach out to you. What do you think? What did I miss? Is there some we should add in? Is there something that you do? Maybe you have a tip or a trick for getting things done that even I don't know about. I would love to know it in the comment section below. We have to support each other, right? We have to be a community that says we can make it. Yes, we can, right? All right, you guys, thanks so much for being here in this tip video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy it, consider subscribing to my channel. Click that button that says subscribe. It's free. I'd love to have you as one of our Made It's. Also, if this is your favorite kind of video, give it a thumbs up and let me know you'd like to see more of these. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with a couple of videos linked on the screen here that you might be interested in watching. So before you go away, try one of these and see what you think. Until next time, bye now.